Hello and welcome everybody, ladies and gents and cats and kittens all. I am Spear and Magic Helmet, and I am making my first and possibly only Let's Play series of all time. I'm going to be focusing on Heroes of the Kingdom 3 by Lonely Troops. Lonely Troops is an independent company consisting of two brothers who make these games and a few Polis games that they've created as well earlier before this series was popular. These games are their full-time job, and they enjoy it very much and have a passion for it. And I enjoy them very much and have a passion for them as well, and I look forward to them creating more in the future, which I do know are planned. The Hero of the Kingdom series is largely a point-and-click series where you kind of point at what you want to do, and there's sort of a Where's Waldo element to it, there are role-playing elements to it, there's story elements to it. It has a quaint, kind of old-school gaming feel to it in both the animation style and the storylines. Heroes of the Kingdom 3 is the one that I'm going to be focusing on for one specific reason, and that's that it's sort of the black sheep of the series. The other 5 games all follow very similar gameplay mechanics and gameplay rules, and are very, very heavily focused on storyline. Heroes of the Kingdom 3 has certainly a good amount of story elements to it, but the storyline itself is a little bit weaker than the other ones, and the mechanics are much, much heavier. This adds a lot of gameplay time to it and makes it a lot more fun in that respect. It's criticized, however, for being a little bit, well, not more than a little bit, much more grindy than the other games in the series. And I don't think that's a problem so much. I think a lot of this point of this game is to kind of sit back and relax and enjoy a game where you can pretty much only move forward. You'd have to try very hard to lose this game or soft lock yourself in some way by misusing your resources. Even then, you could technically probably get out of it, and I'll explain more about that later. But that being said, I think it's a fun game, and I wanted to show a little bit in terms of tips and tricks on how you can make this a little more fun. The goal of this walkthrough is to help you play this game with a minimal need to grind through things, which is the big point of contention. I also want you to be able to play the action-adventure sequences of this game without having to stop halfway through and kind of interrupt your suspension of disbelief to go out and grind and buy new items and build and craft things and stuff like that. Like when we hit an action scene, I think the fun thing to do is just to kind of play it all the way through. So I'm going to be showing you the best way to get that done and how to prepare yourself for those action scenes. That being said, though, I will be doing some grinding, mostly off screen, because I want to play this game in good faith and keep the spirit of the game, and that is part of the game. When I do that, I will try to cut back when I get achievements, so that you can see the moment where I did get those and we can have those fun moments together. But nobody wants to see an extra 3 hours of me pointing and clicking and doing things repetitively. So I will be making sure that we're spared those long moments. I've done quite a bit of deep diving, many hours into the game mechanics of this to figure out things like wear and tear on items and how different respawns work and things like that. As I said, I've also done an interview with the developers, and I've read every single comment they've left on Steam about this game and some of the other games, as well as lots of user reviews. So I have a lot of good little facts and trivia about the game that would be hard to find otherwise. And I've even hunted down the ancient Slavic Republic video from like 1982, fairy tale, fairly obscure, that this video game this was made on. It was based on very heavily, at least the beginning of it. And I will show you clips of that so you can kind of compare the graphics and dialogue and things like that to the original. I did find someone that will translate some of the lines for me, so the clips I show will have some subtitles so that we can enjoy what they're saying, as well as enjoying the visual fun of it all. I would like to note that this is not a speed run. This is not necessarily a 100% run either, although I will be showing you how to 100% it. The point of this is to kind of find a faster and more fun and efficient way to play this than you might have found on your own diving in for the first time. And I want to enjoy the gameplay and the experience and the storyline that has been shared with us here. So, that being said, let's get into the game. One thing I want to point out right away before we dive directly into it is that there's a setting that comes disabled by default, which is user profiles. As you can see, I have it enabled. This allows you to play more than one game at once. A big point of confusion here for players is they see play and new game. And they click on new game and it says, are you sure you want to start playing a new game? If you start playing from the beginning, the current progress will be lost. This is my 100% complete game. I have several of them. I saved only one of them. I don't want to get rid of my 100% complete game. Luckily, with this profile user setting enabled, I can click on profile here and create profile 10 for myself, player 10, use player 10. It resets all of my achievements. Everything is back to square one, so I can enjoy playing this game like it's the very first time. Like a gamer, playing for the very first time. I'm sorry. Let us go ahead in here and we're going to play the tutorial for this walkthrough, and that is just about going to take us to the end of the video. Each of these videos is going to be about 15 to 20 minutes long. I expect there to be roughly 5 hours of gameplay, so we should probably have about 15 or so games in this series, maybe a little bit more. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoy playing with me, and let's go ahead and see what this game is all about. Right away, the shroud pulls back, and I see Uncle Brent in my humble home. Oh no, I've had this bad dream again. Ever since I lost my parents, the same nightmare returns. I see them drowning and I can't help them. It's been 10 years, but I still see it like it was yesterday. Son, you don't look well. You've had that nightmare again, didn't you? Uncle Brent noticed immediately that I wasn't fine. He's come to know me well over the 10 years I've lived with him. Up and at 'em, boy. Look what a nice day it is. Nice day it is. Suddenly I'm Australian. It's the ideal time for hunting. Hunting is my uncle's love. Once he was a well-known hunter and adventurer, but after the death of my parents, he settled down to take care of me. Come on, take your bow and arrows, then I'll give you a task. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to take my bow and arrows, and I'm also going to pick up a sword. I took my weapons. For hunting, every time you hunt, you use 3 arrows, no matter what you're hunting. Unless it's a bear, and a bear counts as regular combat, so you're not hunting the bear so much as killing it. Uncle Brent taught me a lot about hunting wild animals. I hope that someday I can become as good a hunter as him. What's up, Uncle B? You're gonna try hunting rabbits today. It's not difficult. Uncle Brent is sending me to hunt rabbits to refill our supplies of meat and fur. I need 2 meat and 3 fur. The shroud pulls back a little bit more and rabbits are revealed. One other thing that is also worth noticing is that there are other collectibles on this screen, and the game becomes a little bit of a Where's Waldo adventure in that respect. Up here, you can see I'm collecting some eggs. And there's some edible mushrooms right over here. And then down on the bottom right are some poison mushrooms, which will be useful later on for making poison potions. Along with that, we do have our 3 rabbits. Silly wabbit. I will kill him with my spirit magic helmet, or at least my bow and arrow. I got 1 meat and 1 fur for that. Rabbits will always give you at least a meat, and they'll usually give you, well, not usually, but they'll often give you a fur as well. And I get better at my archery skill. Gonna kill me another rabbit. There's also a fox on the screen, you notice. I'll be able to hunt those a bit later in the game, and some flowers that I can harvest later in the game for potion making. This rabbit I will not be able to hunt immediately because I do lack the strength points. Strength in this game is like your energy meter. When you run out of strength, you stop being able to do anything until you rest up. The hunt was pretty tiring. I need to build a camp and have a rest before I continue. And that unlocks the bottom right-hand corner over here. Eventually, their other corners will be unlocked as well. Right now, we have the one to leave the game and this one. This opens up the camping menu. I made a camp as Uncle Brent taught me. Here, I can safely rest and gain new strength. You spend a lot of time on this screen, and it will get more developed as you gain more crafting skills. For now, we can rest. Tasty food gives me strength. As I sat and ate by the fire, I recalled my uncle's fairy tales about the heroes of old. I really liked the ones about the pirate captain, but even the ones about the boy who saved the kingdom from the Dark Lord is not bad. That's a reference to the first 2 games in the series. Uncle Brent is a great storyteller. Sometimes I feel that all his tales really happened. I too would like to experience some adventures of my own. Ominous words. Uncle Brent was in the first 2 stories. He's not the main character at any point, but he is a prominent character in Heroes of the Kingdom 1 and 2. I ate and then took a little nap. Now I have enough strength to complete my task. And I can't rest anymore because I lack the food. Also, the game won't let me do anything until I click over here and pop out of the camp. I can make my camp anywhere when I need to regain my strength. They point that out especially because in Heroes of the Kingdom 1 and 2, you have designated spots where you can camp and also inns that you can stay in to rest and regain your strength. So now the rabbit is just green check. I have enough energy to hunt and kill it. Unfortunately, it no longer tells me the resources needed to hunt and kill it. This becomes a problem a little bit later on in the game when monsters require multiple potions and lots of strength and things like that to fight them. And you know you have the resources, but you're not sure if you want to spend them on it. So you just sort of have to leap of faith and dive in. Not the end of the world because you can always go back and get more resources, but just an FYI. We're going to kill us that last rabbit. Bugs is dead. I think I've hunted enough rabbits. I put all the meat and fur in my backpack. Now my backpack is unlocked and I can show you my inventory. So here I have my 3 things I've gathered, my eggs, my mushrooms, and my poison mushrooms. I have the meat and fur that I've picked up. I have my weapons and bow and arrow. And you can see that my fighting combat skill is already 3. Almost enough to kill a giant rat. And my archery is at 6. I also have 1 fame. I believe the highest fame you can get is 144, 148, somewhere around there. I have 9 strength left, and I just happen to have 100 gold in my pocket. Enough for a little bit of stuff. So we're going to pop back to the inventory, out of the inventory and back to the map where Uncle Brent is waiting to talk to me. Nothing left to do on the screen except for this. Uncle Brent is sending me to hunt rabbits, and I have fulfilled that quest. I brought my catch to my uncle. Excellent, son. That's a great catch. I get some fame. You can sell the extra meat at the inn. The veil pulls back again, revealing the inn. Interestingly enough about this inn, in a little bit they're going to mention that something is behind the inn. For me, I would have thought that that was over here or maybe over here. It's actually to the screen to the left of this one. But for now, the game is really not going to let me do anything until I go sell this 1 piece of meat. The game is like almost soft locked until I do that. So let's talk to the innkeeper. Welcome, boy. Do you have anything for sale? The innkeeper wants to buy the meat from me. Here you go, buddy. A rabbit steak. Fresh rabbit meat. I like it. Please come again. I buy all food ingredients. And with that, a bunch of new options fade onto the screen. We're going to be getting the map in a little bit. And once you have the map, you're going to be able to shop at these places directly from the map instead of manually walking here. So what I'm going to do to prepare for that is I'm going to open all the shops and close them. And that will unlock these shops in the map. We're especially going to be doing a lot of shopping at this inn because it's the only place that sells healing potions until the other inn opens. And that's almost at the end of the game. Been buying a lot of shields and swords and this other stuff as well. Yeah, even picking up a few beer. Not for me, of course. Our hero does not drink. And we have a lot of options that have appeared. As we play through this game, I'm going to be careful not to overwhelm us with too many things at once. So you're going to see me not talking to certain NPCs until the right time comes. We will get it all done, but if you try to do everything at once in this game, it's going to be a lot harder to get anything done. It's better to see through one quest at a time. So with that, before I get too deep into things, I'm going to collect all the freebies that are on the screen. There's some eggs over here and some blue magic mushrooms back here. Those are really easy to miss and they have a low spawn rate, so try to keep an eye out for them. There's some cute little edible mushrooms tucked away here, and here we have a crate. Lost crates and barrels are really valuable. This one could have a fur, a bow, 12 gold, or 3 animal teeth. All of those things are pretty good right now. I kind of would like the bow, but whatever I get, I'm happy with. I got the 12 gold. Not too bad. And if I talk to Uncle Brent again, he's going to give me arrows, and he will do this from time to time. Having early game looks sunny. I've made new hunting equipment. Here, take it. Early in the game, getting 10 arrows is real handy, so we're going to be keeping an eye out for him every chance we get. Uncle Brent has made new hunting equipment for me. All right, and with all that being said, we have completed the tutorial and the introduction to the game. I hope you're enjoying this. Things will move along a little more quickly after this. We're going to have a really good time. If you did enjoy the video and you felt like dropping a like, I would love that. I would be very grateful. If you feel like subscribing, I'd be even more grateful. And what I'd really love above all that would be able to hear your comments and have a conversation with you about anything you feel like below. So I will be keeping an eye out for my comments so I can engage with you and get to know everybody that's watching this video and hear what you guys think of Hero of the Kingdoms 3 and what it might mean to you. But that being said, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in part 2. Take care.